hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Total Freedom Thursdays. My name is Zay Faith, and here in a moment, we're going to invite our co-host, Devin, the Connector 11. And tonight, what we're going to be talking about is the power of giving value. So the man came up with this topic. Here he goes right here. I'm kind of looking forward to see like what direction this is gonna go. But if this is your first time here watching Total Freedom Thursdays with Devin and I, definitely say hello and let us know where you're watching from. Currently, I am in Virginia, USA, and then Devin is in um where are you at?
I'm in London.
He's in London.
I'm in London.
He's in London, UK. Hey, how you doing?
Yeah. Not in Shoreditch, but I'm still in London.
Yeah, he's in London. So
Those who know.
So the topic for tonight is going to be the power of giving value. So this was your idea, Devin. So
Mhm.
I'm curious, what do you mean? Like, what made you think of that? And then what do you mean giving value?
So, like the power of providing value, and I mean this in terms of like what you exchange in return for another thing. So the action that leads and what that the cause and effect pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
So if you do this action, does it lead to a negative reaction or a positive reaction in return?
Mm-hmm.
Each are valuable, but they come in the ways of being valuable in a negative way and valuable in a positive way. So let me give you an example. An example would be, okay, I'm paying for whatever junk food, and it might be valuable, but it is negative towards my health. It's bad for every part of my well-being. So it's like it's abusing the power of that value of instead that the value of that junk food is controlling you instead of you're really and it's keeping you in that same place. But when we're paying the price for something of value, it should help us move forward and not just stay in the same place.
Mm-hmm.
So even when you're investing in yourself, you're paying the price. You're putting that time, energy, and effort in exchange because you know the value of it. You know, okay, me doing this over a consistent period of time will lead to a greater result than even the input I put in.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, okay, I pay, let's say $500 investment into something, but 5 years down the line, it's going 1,000x. You're in 5 years now, you're a millionaire from that one investment. So it's like the price you pay is actually less than the value you're gonna get if it's something that's gearing you towards, if it's something that's positive.
Mm-hmm.
If the value that you get is really gonna help you grow, then the price that you're paying for that value, for the end result, is actually less. But the price you pay for something that is you see as valuable because of course you took it for yourself, that is negative, the price you pay will be more. So it's like, people like been like thinking badly or eating badly for years, and then now all of a sudden they have to pay hospital bills, medical bills, all these other bills. Now they have to pay a bigger price
Mm-hmm.
because they valued something that wasn't serving them for their highest good. And it's like it also comes to the case of when like when you're providing value, like for example, you have to, it's like knowing what the value is as well. It's like knowing what repercussions or what repercussions your time and energy and effort into
Require
into this valuable action.
requirement,
Yeah,
not
into this valuable action is gonna do.
mm-hmm. I do want to say it.
So
Okay,
so it's
so
like providing content. We know it's valuable because okay, we we see value in it and we know that it's gonna help someone.
mm-hmm.
We're not sharing something that we know is not going to provide value.
Yeah,
So we're willing to create that content. You know, we're willing to take extra time out to speak to someone because we know the value of what we're sharing. We know the value of the energy and time that we're putting into the activity.
mm-hmm.
So that's just another example.
Yeah, the second example brought a lot of clarity because I was like, what is he talking about? That is not like I didn't see how it connected, but I do see what you mean now. Um
Yeah.
yeah, and honestly, that's honestly what we've been honing on lately, working with people and in partnerships and collaborations and figuring out like what value do you want to bring to the world? Like how do you want to contribute back to the world? What do you have to say? Like
Mm-hmm.
we believe that, everybody has a purpose. We believe that everybody has a message, a desire that they want to share with the world. So how can we use your creative faculties to be able to give that value back to the world in some type of play, in whichever way that resonates with you naturally. So yes, I definitely agree. What you said, especially, but and the reason why I corrected you on the repercussions, because like you were saying, um it's not just, oh, you want something, or you saying, hey, I want to be valuable, and then, boom, you got it. It literally is an exchange of something. You have to, um I think we talked about this before, pay the cost, but really you are, nothing ever dies. It's just energy. You are up leveling to a new energy. Or if you are, eating the bad food and, not being committed to where your vision is wants to go, then you are just exchanging the level that you are for a lower energy level. So yeah, I
Yeah.
see where you're going. So the importance of providing
Yeah,
value.
it's like how you use it as well.
Yeah, yeah. So
Because it's like you can't provide as well. Like when it comes, if you're like, let's put it into entrepreneurial perspective. Like people, let's say if you have a mission, value is connected to like someone's purpose or like a mission that they want to something they want to do in life. You know, something that it could be passionate about, but something they really like set on doing in life. Um, but they haven't really taken that step or whatnot. But it comes down to they haven't really fully understand the power
yeah,
of the value that they want to provide.
well,
So it's like not really. So it's like not being clear on how powerful you are as a person, and not being clear enough on how powerful the mission that you that or this desire that you have to share this is,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
and doing it as well. So it's like it's like it's a whole formula of like understanding why you are doing it, um, and then knowing what you need to do, and then doing it.
mm-hmm. But the way you just use, so the way you just use value just now, you talked about, what I heard was the importance of value. Because for instance,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll be frank, there are people who and it's just not like just people, like we all do it. Like there could be a great opportunity, or there could be a chance to us to execute our disciplines, but in that moment we may not understand the value of sacrificing. Like, man, yeah, I know I want to be healthy, but it's Friday night and I want some chocolate cake, so I'm gonna have some chocolate cake. So right in that moment, your health your health goal is not that valuable right
Mhm.
now. What's important now is I, you know, kill these cravings and eat this chocolate cake, right? Or
Yeah.
whenever, to kind of go back to what we were talking about earlier, to like in our community, you know, but with anything in life, if you're not all into something, if you're not all into something and you're not plugged in, then you won't understand, you know, why things are the way they are, or you won't understand like why you need to do the requirements that, you know, that the culture tells you to do, um because
Mhm.
you don't see the value. But you don't see the value because you don't understand the importance of
Yeah.
it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to use this in a vague way, but like, so for instance, and I'll just use it if I was going to college, right? Um and I really was uninterested in certain classes, or I didn't really care to get a degree, but I'm only going to college because my parents told me to go to college, then I wouldn't see
Mhm.
the value in showing up. Hey, Marcel. I wouldn't see the value in showing up to class. I wouldn't see the value into actually putting in work to get good grades. I wouldn't see the value in actually
Mhm.
completing college. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it wasn't like from an internal drive, an internal force of why I'm doing what I'm doing and why, or work, having a job. Like, if I don't value the company, or I don't value um like what I'm doing, like it's like, oh, this is just a job, then it's hard to be my best and show up as my best, and
Mhm.
be intentional with doing the tasks that's required in the job. So yeah, I definitely hear that as well.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And like even when it comes to like the power as well, like I mean, even both of us, we kind of like say the theme of understanding pops up.
Mm-hmm.
So that the power comes in being in that present moment,
Mm-hmm.
like really like understanding, really having clarity, and really being like trusting the process, and being grateful for the journey as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can provide value one time, but you're not gonna
Mm-hmm.
keep providing value until you like have certain things within you that will help you continue.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, and you have to, like even for me, like I had to across the years, I had to remind myself why I'm doing what I'm doing, and like even like not only like reinvent myself, but like just keep planning and keep writing and okay, saying okay, how can I improve, or how can I do this better, or that all led to like higher understandings and more clarity on what I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
And what I wanted to do in essence was providing value
Mm-hmm.
about a certain thing, whether it is empowering people to build a stronger mind, body, and spirit.
Mm-hmm.
That was in that realm. So it's like, okay, now I'm understanding. I mean, not only the more I share, but how I share it as well, and just becoming more knowledgeable and really engaging in like even communities, or just engaging in the process of doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And so and that even with like when I was writing poetry, I still write, but like writing poetry is like I knew I had a message as well. Like providing value is like understand there's a message that we all have a message that we want to share with the world in some form.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, sometimes it happens in a conversation, but sometimes we just want to get it further than just on the phone, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we just want to share on social media. Sometimes we want to go to a setting where they will understand or they will see value, a setting where they will see value in this.
It's ultimately like going into impact. Like it's one thing to just share,
Yeah.
it's one thing to have the desire to be impactful. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then also I wanted to say, to piggyback off what you said about understanding fuels belief.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that's all, period, mic drop. So, in order for you to believe that you are worthy to share your value, even in the first place, you have to understand why and how and the importance and the value of yourself in order to do it. So, understanding fuels belief. Yeah, that's what I got.
Yeah, and like even another thing as well is like the power of providing value. It kind of when you have an awareness of what you do, not only affects you, but it can affect your environment. It affects
Yeah,
everything around you.
everything has a reaction, cause and effect.
Mhm. Yeah, so it's like, okay, if you use your power for evil,
Mm-hmm.
how would the environment be now? Like if you start like start littering, start throwing rubbish all everywhere, start talking crazy at people, start just talking bad at people for no reason,
Mm-hmm.
or just bringing someone's day, discouraging people. Like you're not only you're not only devaluing the person or devaluing the environment, but it's gonna come back to you. It's gonna devalue you and make you less of a person, less of who you were before.
Yeah, I do have a question because we kind of skipped over this part. What is value? Like, how could you put it in a ten? Like, what's value? Hey,
That's a good
Sandra,
question.
what is value? Like, how would you describe it?
But what's the textbook definition?
I guess I could look it up.
Yeah, I don't have my other device with
We're
me.
talking about the power of value. Um, Let me see. So value, because I feel like we literally went straight into it because I feel like there are a lot of like what do you call those words? There
Hmm.
are a lot of like
So I mean, from the top of my head, this is how I would like probably like
mhm,
decipher it in a sense, because you got so value. I think it's definitely tied to you.
mhm,
For like, but it's like it's providing something for you or for the person that has a certain essence to it.
mhm,
Like it has something of substance
mhm.
and
With
something that is gonna ha- have substance and sustenance and energy.
mm,
Something that's gonna provide the energy towards that person or to an individual or to a collective,
mhm,
but it's something you're providing something of substance to in the form of whatever it is, and it's formless.
mhm.
That value is formless because again, energy can be like however it's presented.
I'm gonna tell you the definition. So value
Yeah.
is relative worth, merit or importance, monetary or material worth, as in commerce or trade.
I was close.
The worth of something in terms of the amount of other things for which it can be exchanged or in terms of some medium of exchange. Equivalent worth or return in money, materials, or services. Yeah, look at us. Import or meaning for significance. The ideal.
Look at us knowing definitions without reading it.
Yeah, you were pretty close. To regard or esteem highly.
Hey Sandra.
To consider with respect to worth, excellence, usefulness, or importance. To be honest, I mean, I think it's time to wrap it up, but Um, to be honest, I just feel like whatever um matters to you
Mm-hmm.
is important. And even if you feel like
Mm-hmm.
you are alone or by yourself, or you feel like you're the only one, like I feel like we're all special, but I feel like there's a smaller group of us who feel super lonely sometimes, and we feel super unique, or like the what they say, the black sheep or whatever it may be. But honestly, like once you start living in your truth, being your authentic self, like being what, even though it may be weird and new and awkward, if it's like on
Yeah.
the inside, if it comes to your mind or if it comes inside of you, like live it out and do it and explore it and experience it. And I mean, honestly, think about it. There are people who, I don't know, like are obsessed with deep air fryers, and they're air fryer like experts, and you know what I'm saying, like most of us are like, oh, it's just an
Mm-hmm.
appliance, it works, I'm good. But there are people who literally get so excited by different makes and models of air fryers, and I don't know where that came from. I literally just like, but my whole point is to see, me, an air fryer isn't that important to get excited about, you know what I'm saying? But there are people who literally probably spend like by the premium thousands of dollars of an air fryer, and it's super important to them. So I'm saying that not to put down the air fryer people. Shout out to y'all, because we have air fryers, okay? But if you feel like what you have inside of you, like whether it's your thoughts or your desires, if you feel like they're not important, that's not true. Because I guarantee you, the more you operate at a high vibrating level, and you begin to attract um, people who are in alignment with you, you will realize, man, it's a lot of us actually. Well, I don't know. Jay-Z said it ain't many of us. So, but I just want to
But, you know, it's a big world, isn't it? It's a big world, so you know.
I just really want to leave those words like, you are valuable, you are worthy, you
Mm-hmm.
are deserving, you are capable, you have value. And honestly, I feel some type of way. I'm taking it personally, because if you aren't being your most authentic, true self, and you are holding
Mm-hmm.
back on what you could be sharing with the world because of some stuff that's not real in your mind, or because you got some haters around you, or you just got some people who literally just have committed to not authentically and fully living their life. And so whatever, if somebody is being negative around you, or just don't have a vision, like that's up to them. You know what I'm saying? But don't let
Mm-hmm.
their influences um, stop you from living a full and authentic and happy and affluent life. So that's what I got. What you got?
Yeah, so it's like with when it comes to the power providing value, it's like provide value when because it's valuable to you. And again, like when I say it ties to purpose and mission, is like we're on this planet to really express ourselves in the greatest way or the highest form we can. And the best way we can is through something that matters to us,
Mm-hmm.
through something that it has a personal holds personal like substance to us.
Mm-hmm.
But again, sometimes we because of how society is, we get bombarded with things that don't matter. And so, but we have to really center ourselves and really get clear about it every day. Because the clearer we get, the more we really understand the things that matter to us, and really write that down, or really like associate like surround ourselves with that stuff that matter to us.
Mm-hmm.
Then we're more likely to share it.
Mm-hmm.
We're more likely to embody it.
Yeah.
We're more likely to be what we want to become.
Mm-hmm. Because it builds
And so,
builds
yeah,
confidence and competence and courage, because you're like, man,
character.
when you're in
Yeah.
when you're in other environment with people who are actually doing it, you get empowered, meaning
Mm-hmm.
you give
Yeah.
yourself permission to be like, you know what, if this person's really doing it, or really being themselves, like it makes you want to really be yourself and really do what you got to do. So yeah, being in the environment definitely is it's powerful. And we talk about it, you know, being in the right environments all the time, being in the
Yeah.
healthy environments all the time. So yeah, definitely yeah, definitely
Yeah. We all have a light within us, and it's like getting in these environments. It just keeps lighting that spark within us, you know.
mhm,
And then that's what keeps us going. That's what keeps us really seeking to be more and do more.
mhm,
So yeah, like I encourage everyone, like really see what's valuable to you,
mhm,
and find power in providing that value to yourself,
mhm,
and then maybe seeing how you can express that in other ways where it could be a service to someone, or could be a some action, some actionable, something you can execute on doing that embodies you
mhm.
and your highest expressions. So yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. So I mean, that's the call tonight. 9:44 Ashe. So if you
Synchronicity.
found value in this video, feel free to share it to your story, tag somebody in the comments
Mhm.
below. I mean, at the end of the day, our goal is ultimately to empower other people to live their life, live a life that you truly want to live and be who you really want to be. So that's why we come live every single week, to empower y'all and hopefully provide value to y'all, to hope to inspire y'all to go out there and hopefully y'all can do the same in your own way. You don't have to, I mean, if you're not like a huge video person, maybe, you know, being inside your community, you know, face to face, or even if it's, you know,
Mhm.
other creative ways, do your thing. But the most important is just to get it done and do it. So without further ado, y'all, we will see y'all next Thursday, and see you on the next video.
Take care, everyone.